I'm going to tell you another story. This is a story about childlikeness. You know, God took me on a journey to switch on childlikeness back in 2016. I remember one day I woke up in the morning and I remembered a vivid little dream. Could have called it a mind vision. And in that little snippet, I saw two girls dancing. And they were two girls that I knew who had had quite terrible traumas in their life. And I saw them dancing and laughing and singing, and I saw them rejoicing. And for some odd reason, the little thought came into my head in my dream that Georgian Banoff was playing the fiddle. And I didn't think anything more of it until when I opened my emails and there was a invitation from a local church in my city inviting me to Georgian Banoff coming the next month. And I knew that God had set me up about this. And I remember going to that service a month later. And as I was there, I was sort of excited because I knew God was up to something. And while there were things that I was a bit sad about, because no one from my family came, no one from my church joined me at this meeting, there was a lot that I was so happy about. I saw a group of children who were ministering from the front of the church. And as they were ministering, they were giving prophetic words, words of knowledge, and there were people who were being healed. And I was so excited to see young children who were hearing the Holy Spirit for themselves. And as I was in that service, and I closed my eyes at one time during prayer, I saw an image of a light switch. And as I was imagining, oh, maybe this is a word for somebody else, like it's a picture for somebody else, I looked around, I couldn't see who it was for. And I drove home later and I asked God, what was the light switch about? And you know, the Holy Spirit said, I'm switching on childlikeness in you. I hadn't imagined that childlikeness had been switched off because I always thought I was sort of childish in a lot of my ways. I'm probably maybe I'm not really childish. I'm actually a serious person, but I was actually a serious child too from a very young age. So I wondered about when I turned off childlikeness. And I did. I went into a real spiral of looking inside myself to find out when childlikeness had been switched off. And you know, it was some months later. I had a situation. I was at a conference and a lady was highlighted to me. And after many days of trying to talk to this lady, I eventually got to see her on the Friday of the last day I was in this city. And there, when I spoke to her, she whispered in my ear and she said, it's time to switch on childlikeness. And she dragged me outside and we went and danced on the grass just together, just danced before Jesus. And suddenly I realised that little dream vision that I'd had many months before, even though it was a picture of two other girls, was actually about me. That was what God was taking me on a journey to. And you know, childlikeness means that we walk with wonder in our day. We walk with this sense that God is up to something, but He's trying to take us on a fun journey. It's about joy. It's about being a person who is able to bounce through the things of life, like Tigger from Winnie the Pooh. And like Tigger, we don't get caught up, stuck in a situation. We bounce. We are resilient. And there's a joy involved in that, of living life with wonder. It's amazing. So, in your Christian mindfulness journey, try and imagine, are you a serious person like I was? Are you a person who maybe has let the joy sort of drop away? Mindfulness with God is an adventure. He's always willing to take you somewhere in your imagination that's joyful, it's pleasant, it's playful. He has things to share with you to just expand your mind about the amazing world that he has right in front of you. And most of us, we walk on autopilot. We miss it until we recognize that actually we have the Holy Spirit within us. And if we tap into that and we ask, things get revealed in front of our eyes that we would not understand otherwise without the Holy Spirit to explain them. So take this next little video as a step towards that place of embracing childlikeness and wonder.